Jason, I love burgers. You love burgers. Everybody likes burgers. But the thing is that there are different ways to make burgers. And I personally believe that every one of them have their own merits. And one of the things that I find challenging, maybe you do too, is when you come home from a really crazy day and everybody wants burgers, what if you don't have the fresh ground beef, right? I mean, that's kind of the key. I love a smash burger. I love stuffed burgers. I like freshly ground burgers on the grill with just some salt and pepper. Let the beef come through. I love that. But sometimes you've got 10 minutes to make dinner, right? So what we're going to do today is talk about how you can actually easily make frozen patties yourself. And we're going to cook them from frozen. And they're going to be just fine. They're going to be fantastic and they're going to be flavorful, but we're going to treat them a little bit differently and pack some flavor into them. So this is actually two types of beef. I've got lean and I've got medium. Now I will simply buy anything that's on sale. So sometimes the lean beef is cheaper, you know, especially when you buy like more than 5 pounds. This is 5 pounds right here. So that gives our per portion cost or our patty cost is going to be a lot lower than it normally is. Okay. I don't always, especially if I'm dealing with fresh ground beef, I just go straight onto the grill, salt, pepper, beautiful, especially with a smash burger. But in this case, I'm going to add some flavorings to it. There's nothing wrong with that. I've got this really awesome deli mustard from a chef buddy of mine, Alain Bosset, and I'm going to start off with a little bit of mustard. I'm going to put some steak sauce in here. And all of this is especially important if you have a really lean beef because this will provide a little extra moisture and help with the overall size of the patty. It's not going to go on you as much. Okay. I've got some barbecue sauce. Put up a little barbecue sauce in there. How about some other spices? So a little bit of onion powder, which is hard. Oh, there we go. All right. Onion powder. Beautiful. Definitely some garlic. And I'm just winging it. You know, you can put whatever you want. I like steak spice in mine. So I'm going to put about a teaspoon and a half of steak spice, maybe even a bit more. I just bought that. You know, I have different ones. I actually have a donair spice that I made myself in there, but we could put that in there. You can have sort of a donair hint to it. Now I'm actually going to still season with salt and pepper while these are on the grill, so I'm not going to put any salt in this, but a little pepper is good. And the last thing to provide a little bit extra moisture is Worcester sauce, and I'm just going to eyeball it, but probably 3 tablespoons or so. I really like that flavor. Now, yeah, I suppose, but you can't really go wrong because if I put two in, it just tastes a little less pronounced. You know, it's not going to affect it that much. So now I'm just going to start with a fork, okay? Eventually I'll move to my hands, and I'm going to start to work that in. Now, there are a lot of people that would see this and go, why on earth are you working the meat? That's going to make it tough. You should leave it loose. And those are all valid points. But to me, I always look at a recipe and I say, this might not be everyone's idea of what a perfect burger is. But in my idea, it's how to feed a family, how to take, you know, buy in bulk so you can have, you know, a good price point. It also, convenience is really important. And I would rather have these made by me, I know what's in them, as opposed to buying a big box of frozen processed burgers that provide the convenience but maybe not have the same flavor or, you know, quite frankly, the health components that I might be looking for. Exactly. Now, at this point, I've sort of broken it up. I'm not fully mixed yet, but what I'm going to do is just go wash my hands, and I'm going to go in here with my hands and just bring this together until it's a little bit more homogeneous. And then I'll very quickly form them into patties and show you how we're going to do something called IQF freezing, individually quick frozen. You probably have seen IQF written on packages before, maybe not known what it meant, but that's what it stands for, individually quick frozen. And it's going to provide us a way to keep this really convenient and quick on a busy day. So I'm going to mix this and we'll come back in 2 seconds. So after mixing, this is what we have. It's basically a homogeneous mixture, little spots of a bit more mustard in it, no big deal. Okay. This is a very important tool for this because I've pre-measured it and I know that this is a 3 ounce ice cream scoop. But when I heap it, generously heap it like that into a ball, that's 4 ounces. That's a quarter-pound burger. And then I simply pat it out into quite a thin patty. And I do that for evenness, quickness of cooking, especially from frozen. It's convenient that way. Notice I took my rings off to do this, so I don't get meat in them. But so pat, pat, pat. They don't have to be a perfect circle. Kind of makes them look a bit more homemade and approachable. Slap, slap. And there you go. So this is the trick. So now we get a tray. I've got non-stick aluminum foil. Parchment works great. And once I get it on there, I will tend to just give it a little bit of a press, make sure it's there. And I'm just going to go here, 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 fill this tray, and put another piece of aluminum foil until all the meat's gone. Then this goes into the freezer, and in an hour, you can actually take them out and put them in a freezer bag. They don't need to stay on this in the freezer because it takes up a lot of real estate. And then that's it. So basically, we're going to go from here. We're going to freeze all of these, and then we're going to go right to the grill. And I've got some already frozen, and we'll show how to cook it frozen. Sound good? Okay. So this is the end result, right? IQF, individually cooked frozen. So once they were frozen on that sheet pan, you just pop them off, and you can bag them, and they don't stick together, right? So it is very convenient. So then you go in, draw them from the freezer, nice hot grill ready to go, and straight on with your frozen patty. And there's, again, that'll melt down slightly, make a nice connection. And by the time we're finished with this, seasoned, flipped, etc., you're not going to be able to tell if they're frozen. And because of that little bit of extra, goodness that we put in there with the steak sauce and the Worcester sauce and the mustard and all that, it will remain quite moist and not shrink as much. Okay. Yeah, I'll put some salt and pepper on them, a little bit more. Do you want the other thing you can do? You can keep them plain, or you can glaze with a bit of barbecue sauce just at the end. It's up to you. I might want to glaze just a little bit, make it extra delish. And then we're just going to let those go for, I don't know, probably about 3 minutes. Get a nice caramelized on one side, and then we'll turn it 90 degrees to get some nice grill marks. And then after another 2 minutes, we'll flip it back over and finish. Glaze with a bit of barbecue sauce, add the cheese, and then we build our burger. And I'll just make sure I get lots of heat in there, maintain that heat while it's caramelizing. And then I can finish the burger with the lid up. Let's see if I've got some there. Beautiful. Nice color. Beautiful. All right, nice. And you can even see the juice. It's really nice. So I'm actually going to change my mind. I don't think I want to put any barbecue sauce on there. We'll do that some other time. But we're going to give these maybe another minute or so because we've got a nice crisp outside on the first side. And then we're going to put 2 slices of cheese on the burger. And then we're going to go over and build it, and toast the buns, and build a beautiful burger. Okay? Trouble is getting your mouth around it. Maybe a single patty would have been enough. But man, there's yours right there, pal. Enjoy your barbecues.